Hello. How are you? Hmm? Excuse me? You huffing and puffing about? Hmm? That's my boy. What are you doing? Excuse me? What? Let me finish my coffee, please. Hey, hush. Too early for that. Come on, hush up. Shh. Hush up. Hush up. Be a good boy. No. No. Come on. Oh, I know. Okay. Be a good puppy. Okay. Well, I think today we're going to be in the house. Holy smokes. Look at this. I think we're going to be in the house today. There's the truck. Oops. So Mom is working on the chair feverishly down here. And she's got the piece she made test fit, and Lefty decided to jump up on there and give it a try. So we're going to have a multicolored chair now. I guess you think that means he likes it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. So it's going to be multicolored. That's sunbrella material, UV resistant. And she's making the straps to hold it over the back. So I guess he likes it. Dude. Okay. There we go. Hi everyone. We are suffering a rainy day today, so we're inside. So I'm going to take a minute and open up our last round of gifts that y'all sent us. Thank you everyone that sent us items, that watch the videos, that get stickers, t-shirts, that click on our links over to Amazon and buy things. Thank you. I'm not going to talk finances, but all of that really helps us out. I really appreciate it. I'm also going to talk about what we're getting ready to do. We're leaving here about 2 weeks from today. And what we're going to be doing, I mentioned it in a video a little while back that we're doing something different. So we're going to be going up and working at the sugar beet harvest up in northern Minnesota. Now, we did that before. If you were around way back at the beginning of this YouTube channel, we went and worked at the sugar beet harvest. We had actually been on the road for about 3 weeks when we reported to the sugar beet harvest. I had scheduled it and signed up and all that, you know, while we were still at the house. And for me, it gave me like an initial kind of target or goal for when we first started traveling. So we started like August 31st is when we actually pulled out of town here for the first time. and we reported to the sugar beet harvest on September 23rd. So 23 days, roughly 3 weeks, we just kind of meandered around, figured out what the heck we were doing very clumsily, and then we reported to the sugar beet harvest in upper northern Minnesota. Now we're actually going to the same campground, the same location that we did, that was 4 years ago. We were very inexperienced, both Lefty and me, and didn't even have a heater in the truck. I stopped on the way up there. The closest Walmart is like an hour south. I think it's Grand Forks, if I'm not mistaken. We stopped there at Walmart and did a little stock up before we reported up there. And while we were in Walmart, I bought a little electric ceramic heater, a plug-in, because we had plug-ins at the campground. I didn't have solar yet on the rig back then. I had my 3 Renogy gel batteries and the inverter, and no solar. I had my little Wen 2000 watt gas generator, but we had plug-ins up there, and my inverter is an inverter charger, so I knew that we would be able to go up there and plug in at the campground and keep the batteries topped up. And I said, okay, I might need a heater. Well, if I hadn't have stopped and bought that little heater, we would have been in big trouble, because by the time we left out of there, and we didn't stay for the whole harvest, it was very, very bad weather. The campground we were at actually got flooded. We were there about 3 weeks, and we had worked 3.5 days, and we kept having weather delays, so that if they can't get the trucks out into the field to get the beets, then we can't work. And when it rains, the fields get too mucky and they can't get the trucks out there. These are like semi-trucks with really long trailers, and they fill them up with the beets right out in the field, and if they can't do that, they can't bring them into the piling site. Now the job itself is actually pretty simplistic. You're just standing around a lot. The trucks come in, you sign their little ticket with whether they went through chute 1 or chute 2, and then they dump their beets, and you keep the area cleaned up and policed. So it's not like stressful, you're not in the field picking beets, put it that way. You're at a piling site, which is a paved parking lot, and the trucks come in, they line up and they come in and dump their beets, and they turn around and leave. And there's a big conveyor system that then takes what they've unloaded and sends them up a big long conveyor into a big pile. And as we had more and more trucks come in, the pile gets bigger and bigger, and so you just kind of go down this parking lot, basically, is what it is. It's a giant asphalt pad, And as the pile gets bigger, you keep moving this way. We parked the rig when we went to work right there on site. Lefty had only been on the road. We'd only been on the road 3 weeks, and he didn't like sitting in the truck all day while I was right down there. He could see us, and he chewed up the sun visors, both of the sun visors. He ripped all the foam off of them. He chewed up the turn signal stalk on the steering column. He chewed that all up. He just didn't like being left there. Now every couple of hours, I don't remember specifically, he'd get breaks. I'd go down to the truck, spend some time with him, let him out to take a whizzer or whatever. So we're going to be going up there to work the sugar beet harvest. We're meeting my friend Jeff, if you remember Jeff and his big giant dog Bear. We're going to meet him over in South Dakota, over by the Badlands where we were before, because he's on the West Coast right now. I think he's in Washington State. So him and I are going to meet right around September 1st at the Badlands. And then we don't have our exact report date, but it'll be in the last week of September. So him and I will wait. We're waiting to hear for the final date that we have to report up there. So then we'll head from the Badlands on up to northern Minnesota. And it's North Minnesota. It's like, from what I remember, and I look at it on the map, it's like 15 minutes from the Canadian border and about 15 minutes from the North Dakota border. So it's in the northwest corner of Minnesota. So that's what we're going to be doing when we leave here in a couple weeks. We're heading from here across over to the Badlands, and we're going to hang around that area with Jeff. And then when we know our report date, we'll go ahead and head on up and report on the day that we need to. Those of you that are travelers and campers like we are, you've heard of the sugar beet harvest, I'm sure. If you're at home watching us and following our travels, you may or may not have heard of the sugar beet harvest, but it's one of those things that's known about in the nomad community as an option to go, but it's not easy because of the weather. You have to have a well set up infrastructure. You know, now we've got a heater, so I'm not so concerned about the cold weather. I've better prepared myself as far as clothing. I got some like Carhartt, not Carhartt, but similar to Carhartt. They're like the coveralls. They're insulated. They were blends, like seconds, and so for $50 I got a set of them. You know, they look just like Carhartt. Maybe they are Carhartts, I can't remember, but I got them at Sierra Trading Post. So they're coveralls, insulated. I've got waterproof boots that Mom ordered for me because I was, you know, going to spray some waterproofing on my regular hiking boots, and she didn't think that was going to work, so she found some really nice waterproof boots that she got for me. You know, I hate to spend a ton of money to go up there because it could turn out to be a bust. To do the sugar beet harvest, it's between 10 and 14 days of work to complete the harvest. But those 10 or 14 days could be spread out over 5-6 weeks because of the weather. You know, you could have a year where you go up there, and I've heard of it, where you go up there and you're able to work like 12 straight days and then you're out of there, like perfect weather. So we're hoping for good weather. That's all I gotta say. So they put us up at a campground that's got showers, it's got plug-ins for electricity, it's got water. We're going to be going to that same place. So that will be the end of September. We report up there sometime the last week of September and commit to stay through the month of October. That's what they ask of us. We're going up there for a couple of reasons. I had talked about it with Jeff back, you know, last year over the winter, just in conversation. I told him how we had done it before and how I was thinking that one of these years I wanted to go back and do it again, just for something different to do. And so he called me, I don't know, a month and a half ago or 2 months ago, and he's like, hey, you talked about that. You want to go and do it? And I said, you know what? Yeah, let's go and do it. So I'm doing it for, you know, the experience, something to do, and secondly, I'm doing it for the money, to be honest. So a couple of reasons why we're going up there, and we're hoping that we're going to get good weather. I'm hoping that Lefty handles it okay and doesn't get frustrated in the truck. I'm going to have to make sure that the garbage, and make sure that I don't leave anything that he can get a hold of if he's getting frustrated in the truck and chew it up. So I hope he doesn't go, you know, this is 4 years ago he did that. He's a lot different dog now. He's used to traveling. He's used to the truck. That was, like I said, 3 weeks in before, and he was getting left in the truck for hours at a time, and he obviously got frustrated. So I'm hoping that it goes a lot smoother with him. I don't want him to get stressed out. I'm hoping that the truck is way better set up now. So that's what our plans are for the fall of this year. And then once the sugar beet harvest is over, if I'm guessing, we're going to be jonesing for some warm weather. So we're probably going to head straight south after we're done with the sugar beet harvest to find some warm weather, I'll bet you. So since we're inside today because of the rain, I've got these gifts that have shown up. So I've stopped receiving things. The wish list, I don't have anything on the wish list because we're going to be leaving, and I've stopped putting our shipping address. So these are just some of the last things that people sent, and I've stacked them all up here, and I want to get them opened up, and thank y'all for sending them. So let's see what we got. Okay. If I'm right, yes, this is from Tom. Says, I believe this can be a real help, and Lefty, of course. From Tom and Baxter. Thank you, Tom. This is a infrared heat gun, you know, for pointing at something and seeing what the temperature is. Great for troubleshooting all kinds of different situations. You can find hot spots in your electrical system with one of these by pointing it at your wiring. So I've always wanted to have one of these. I've just never splurged and got one for myself. So thank you, Tom. This is going right in my toolkit. All right. Whoa, check this out. I think this, wow. I'm sorry, I'm overwhelmed with what's in here. Wow. So this is like a hunting knife. Who doesn't love knives? Oh, super cool. Like tactical. Oh, wow. Oh, this is way better. I had one of these that I bought way back, and it was just a piece of crap. Even brand new, it couldn't cut anything. This is way better. And a sharpening stone. I'm pretty certain that these are from Rich. I do believe. There's more stuff in here. What is this? Oh, this is like a wet work. Oh, very nice. Yep, like a resealable water cup. Excellent. I'm keeping that right in the cabinet. Thank you. And then compression storage. Oh, these are the vacuum one-way valve, no vacuuming needed. Oh, so you put your stuff in and wrap it up, and it's got a one-way valve, so it expels the air, so you can make things small. Very cool. Yeah, because I have to fit more stuff into my side cabinet, my clothes bin. That's clothing that I don't wear all the time. It's winter clothing, so I'm going to be filling that with the stuff that I need for the sugar beet harvest. These are going to help. Thank you. Yeah, these are from Rich. Okay, I've got it here. He says, hey Dave, found a great deal on things I know are good. Says he has that knife and loves it. It looks like a nice knife. And a real sharpening stone and a great thermal cup. Compression bags will increase your storage space. Enjoy. Rich, thank you. I thought this stuff was from you. I really like this knife. This is I'm going to retire my previous tactical knife that I had, and this is going to replace it because I always have it hanging so it's easy to grab. It's hanging right on my wall shelf up right above my counters, and so I can grab it really fast. So that's where this is going to go. From Rich again, my favorite, McCafe. I haven't had this in ages. Thank you. Oh, and more filters. These work so good in the percolator and keep you from having cowboy coffee, you know, with the sludge in the bottom. These work really great. Oh, we've got a Walmart box here. Holy moly. And I know this is from Rich too. He said he had sent me some things from Walmart. Mrs. Butterworth that I use on my French toast sticks from the air fryer. If you've never done French toast sticks in the air fryer, you gotta try them. And Dalen says that waffles are really good to do. That's the weight here. Pancake mix. Dude, just add water. You know what? I'm gonna be dipping into this before we hit the road. Yeah, you just add water. So cool. Oh, pancakes. On the road. I've got a flat griddle. Oh, some more jerky. Sweet teriyaki, which is my favorite, by the way. Dehydrated mashed potatoes. I've actually had these before. They are really good. Really good. Surprisingly good for coming out of a packet like this. Made with 100% real potatoes. And these have cheese and bacon in them. Oh yes. And the old standby Dinty Moore beef stew. 4 cans. See, I just had to swallow because my mouth's watering. Oh boy. I am so hooked up now, Rich. Thank you. Thank you for that stuff. Now this also showed up. These are Land O'Lakes half and half. And the package erroneously got opened by my buddy there. He didn't ruin anything. He just wanted to play with the cardboard. So I've got these small half and halves, which is excellent. I don't like using milk in my coffee because you have to put a lot of it in and it's cold and it makes the coffee temperature drop a lot. So these are perfect. It'll be just like having truck stop coffee, which is one of my favorite things. And we've got another Walmart. This is going to be, yep, some more mashed potatoes, cheddar and sour cream. Oh my gosh, Rich, thank you. He emailed me and told me that these things were coming from Walmart. See, Walmart must ship from wherever they have it in stock because I got these like individual packages. So that package had a thing of mashed potatoes in it. And look at this. There's another one. 4 cheese mashed potatoes. So these individual packages, how can they make money shipping these things by themselves? Oh my gosh. Yeah, actually the food, the truck is totally empty of food right now. So we're starting from scratch again like we do every year. So I've got to restock everything. Oh, this is something I ordered, so I won't bore. I'm attempting to put up a hanging shoe rack on the inside of the side door of the truck because my sneakers are always, my slippers. I have sneakers, boots, slippers. So to get them up off the floor, because I'm always moving them around, and every time we drive I gotta move them, and so I'm gonna try. This is like way too long, but I'm gonna cut it and see if I can put like my sneakers and slippers up off of the floor. So this is something I ordered. This just showed up yesterday from one of you. This is from Richard. It looks like a nice note. Oh, look what it is. This is so cool. It's a sticker of the belt diagram, the serpentine belt. You remember I had to draw it on a piece of cardboard? So this, I'm going to stick this right under the hood, right where it used to be. It used to be a big sticker. It had like air conditioning capacity information for how much coolant that went in the AC system, how much oil went in the AC system, and then it had the belt routing diagram. So this is, yep, 7.3 diesel, and it's got the optional dotted line for the dual alternator, which is what I have. So this is perfect. Thank you. I don't know where you came up with this, but thank you, Rich. And he's glad to see that I'm using the torch kit. Oh, okay. So Rich, you sent me that. This is, gosh, years ago. The deflector on the end of my heat gun when I was doing the heat shrink, I've got that deflector on there. He sent me that. This is perfect. I would have never thought of this. Thank you, Rich. So that's it for the packages. I think that's it for the packages for this whole year. Thanks again, everybody that sent us things, and all of you that watch the videos. It's really, really appreciated. So again, about 2 weeks from today, we're going to be pulling out of here. I've got just some minor things. I'm doing an oil change on the truck before we head out. I'm going to mess with that shoe rack. I've got another wall tray coming to hold all my camera batteries and stuff, because those always just sat on the countertop and kind of slid around if we were on rough driving conditions. So I'm trying to tidy up a little bit inside the truck, and I've got a lot of packing to do between now and then. I've got to see if I can trim away anything that's in the rig that I haven't used over the last travel season. You know, when I carry stuff and don't touch it, then I basically take it out of the truck, because everything adds up to weight. I've got some new things that need to be stored. If I'm going to put more stuff in, I've got to take some stuff out. So that's what I'm going to be working on over the next couple of weeks. Just some little things on the truck. And then we're going to head out of here and head over to the Badlands and meet up with Jeff and Bear. So thank you everyone for being here. As always, everybody take care, be safe, and we'll see y'all again really soon. Who can identify that bird over there? It's all by itself. There's only one of them. It showed up about a week ago, and it's a water bird, and it actually goes underwater. It goes under for a couple seconds and then comes back up, totally underwater. So it's some kind of swimming bird. I'll zoom in as much as I can, but I don't know what it is. I've never seen that bird. There's also a heron that's living in this pond right now. We'll see if he's farther. Oh, Lefty. Ah. Sorry, Lefty's got me wound all around the posts here. But that bird there, I've never seen that. I don't know what he is, he or she. But very, always moving its head like that. Very, very bobheadish. See, he might jump in the water right now. But he floats around, see, like a duck. But then he goes underwater. He's always flipping his head like that too. And now there's a heron that's up here, a blue heron. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Right there. There it is. Yesterday it was over here standing straight up, and it just blends right in with the, like the cattails. It was standing perfectly still. Really tall. Okay, puppy. Oh, there he goes. Oh, lost. Oh, there he goes. Over by the church. He'll be back. Yeah, a lot of birds this year. Funny birds. The geese have all but disappeared. You know, they always have their babies here, and the babies grow up, and then they all take off. They're still around. They're just not here right now. They're over in one of the other ponds, probably. There's that oddball bird. Look, see it go underwater? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is, over there. So, like almost 10 seconds, the thing is underwater. And it's traveling too. It doesn't just dunk down and come back up. Oh, come on, puppy. You drinking that water.